This is Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and this month in my Think Outside the Box video, I've come up with some fun alternate project ideas using the contents of the June 2016 Paper Pumpkin Kit from Stampin' Up, titled Banner Surprise. As you can see on the cover of the directions, you get the supplies for making these 6 fun and unique banner-wrapped cards. You can follow the full step-by-step directions and even refer to the how-to video to make the cards with the wrapped banners, as my son Luke did yesterday with this one. Didn't he do great? And he's just 9 years old. Or you can go beyond. Toss the directions aside, change up the kit contents, and create something completely outside the paper pumpkin box, as I'll be showing you in my video today. Grab your scissors, and Stampin' Up! Provides everything else that you'll need in these paper pumpkin kits, even the stamps and the ink that you can continue to use in future projects. Besides being super affordable at around $20 per month, including the shipping costs, they're compact, so you don't need much space to store them. And they give you 30 minutes of creative therapy, they make perfect gifts, and they're great for kids and adults, whether you're male or female. Now keep in mind, each kit is a surprise. I don't even know what's coming each month, but that's the fun of it. If you don't like the intended project, then you look for other people like me on the internet sharing our ideas. I share my ideas in videos and on my blog. Plus, if you subscribe with me as your demonstrator, I'll send you extra ideas each month that are exclusive to my subscribers only. There's really no excuse not to get signed up. If you start a subscription, and you can follow the links below to do so, but then you decide it's not for you, you can cancel at any time, because there's no commitment. You'll definitely want to be a subscriber though after checking out what can be created with these very affordable kits. I'm excited to share, so let's get started. Keep in mind, most of the extra tools and products that I use in this video can be purchased from me in my online store, and they're listed and linked below. When you get your first kit, it comes with a little cute welcome card like this, and it will come with clear block. Now, I'm going to be using a different clear block during my video. It's the one that I can order in my online store. This is Clear Block D, which is the equivalent size to the free block that you'll get in your first kit. I'll also be using my full stamp pads rather than the mini spots because it will go quicker when I'm stamping. And just a quick little lesson on how to get your stamps onto your blocks. You'll want to lay them first on your grid paper like that so that they stay the shape that they're supposed to be, and then you just squish down to pick them up like that. That way they won't be twisted. Now if you want your stamps to have a different kind of shape to them, you can always curve them the way you want. That is the beauty of photopolymer stamps. For the first project in this video, I'm going to share with you a scrapbook page idea, and we're going to use the Mint Macaron Sheer Linen Ribbon. We're going to use the paper trimmer, some Tip Top Taupe 8.5 by 11 cardstock, some Whisper White 12 by 12 cardstock, the Mono Liquid Glue, the snail adhesive, and the paper snips or scissors. Now I gave you a couple tips in video 1, so I'm going to share those with you right now in case you didn't see that video yet. But one of them is using the green glue or mono liquid glue and a toothpick. If you prepare a toothpick by putting just a little bit of glue on the end and allowing it to dry for at least an hour or so, you'll have a very tacky tip to help pick up your sequins that are in your kit. So, and let me share with you the second tip now. I put my sequins into a container, making it a lot easier for me to grab the sequins that I want and add them to my page. You just pick them up with the tip of your toothpick. So what I'm starting with is filling my bags, each of the cellophane bags, with a pinch of sequins. And I've got them filled now, ready to go. Now I'm going to take my mint ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around my card so that it reaches all the way around this way with a little bit extra. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot, but I want just a little bit extra for give here. Oh, let me grab my snips that has the ribbon on it, because the ribbon scissors cuts better, it's sharper. You know, if you have 2 snips and you assign one to be your ribbon scissors by tying a little ribbon around it, it stays sharp, nice, you know, for a long time. The paper will dull your scissors over time, so That way you've always got a sharp scissors. Okay, so next we're gonna actually start from the front of the card. And, oops, hold on, we need to do one more thing. I'm sorry, we're gonna add some washi tape to this. I decided this page will be more festive and fun if we had just a little bit more texture to this card base here. So we're gonna add this washi tape just like we did in video 1 with card. The nice thing with washi tape is that you can peel it up again and put it back down because it's not a real permanent type of adhesive, which is great. Okay, now we need to poke through and get to those holes again. There we go. Okay, now we'll wrap the ribbon from the front to the back. And we want the same amount of ribbon to meet in the middle here, so we're just going to even it out. Okay, now one is going to go from this back to the front, and the other one is going to do the same thing. Let's cut it nice and sharp so we can feed that through. Okay, now we want to make sure that our ribbon is not twisted, so it's nice and flat here, it's nice and flat there coming through. Let's just keep pulling. So this is a trick for tying on ribbon without having to have adhesive in the middle and without having to do extra tying. So your knots will be, actually make a knot just by tying it once. And there we go. Let's make it go this way instead. See how you can just do that? You can just move your ribbon and it'll either go that way or it will go that way, because ribbon actually does love you if you love it back. It's true. Love your ribbon, it'll love you back. Okay, there. Now we've trimmed the ends. Well, I had to zoom out a little bit so that you could see this better. And I also realized that this piece of washi tape here, we didn't need that. Sorry about that, because we're going to be covering that up. So we're going to bring these two together, we're going to attach them, and this is going to be the main part of our page. Make sure that that's even. We can just always check it against the right angle of our Whisper white paper. Okay, now that we've got that the right length, then we're going to bring our trimmer back in and extend the arm. And make sure that this is 12 inches. And we'll trim that. And now we can turn this over and we can add our cellophane bags to the underneath side here on the bottom. So I'm going to make a line of adhesive here. And we'll just maybe, we can center that on our grid paper here and start attaching these bags. Now there might be a side that you like better than the other when you look at your sequins, and that's what I'm checking right now. So we've got 2 inches here, 14 there. From 2 to 14 is 12 inches, so that means that our 8-inch mark here will be the exact center. And, oh, I forgot to check how far we can go down. So looking at our 12 by 12 paper, we can go down to that black line right there. So grid paper might be something you want to add to your list. List of goodies. There we go. And then every time you put one down, you might want to add some adhesive on top of it so that the next one that you add will then be able to stick to that too. So let's see here. We want to have these evenly spaced. So as I'm looking at this, I'm going to bring the next 4 up two spaces here, like a 1/2 inch, and I kind of want them, there we go. So, okay, let's see, 1, 2. This bag is hanging down 2 inches. This bag is hanging down 1, 2.5 inches. You can eyeball this. I'm just so mathematical with the way I do things that I kind of like measuring. Sorry. And the last one will be 1, 2. It seems off to me. But it's not, is it? So I adjusted them just slightly because when I flipped them over, they didn't look right to me. There was too much of a gap here, so I flipped it back over and repositioned my cellophane bag so that they were all touching in this area, and that just looked a little bit more visually pleasing. Sometimes math does not work. So now we're going to flip this again, and we're going to add some adhesive back here so that we can put this onto our Whisper white cardstock. And next we're going to add some photo mats. So I love the way that this one just has that rounded look to it. Actually, I think I'm going to put it this way. I think that was the original plan. So I'm going to go ahead and just add this like that, as is. And then, again, if you're a math person, you can come in with a ruler, such as the one that's on your paper trimmer. So we're going to go ahead and trim this. I'm going to trim it to the 3-inch wide spot. So there's another photo mat. And then we can take this last section and add another one. So let's measure it that same width again, but this time we're going to make it short. So let's look at our page again and decide how much space we have. This is how I do it. So we have about 3.5 inches, a little over. So if we were to take off, you know, another 1/4 inch, another 1/4 inch, it would be a 3x3 square or just slightly over. But I think I'm going to make it 3x3 just for ease of measurement. So now we have an area for 3 different photos. The next accent that we want on the page are going to be these fun little word circles. We're going to stamp them with our Tip Top Taupe ink. And I did mention in my first video, but forgot to mention at the beginning of this one, that I use the normal size stamp pads for the stamping in my videos because it's a little bit quicker. But the spots that come in your kits, the ink spots, those are perfect. You don't have to worry about investing in any other ink pads. I just have them because I'm a demonstrator. There we go. Okay, now we're going to add some words to that. I asked my husband to brainstorm some fun, festive kinds of words that were about 3 letters long. And he came up with lots of ideas because he's a word guy. So I'm going to use 3 of his ideas right now. And these are the words I decided to use from what he gave me. We're going to flip them over. And I don't know, did I mention dimensionals at the beginning? Sorry if I didn't. You'll need dimensionals for these pages. So we'll just add 3 on the back of each of the circles. And that's where our handy little sticky grabber thingy comes in handy. There we go. And I added some stars down here, the star stickers. And so this would be a great page, of course, for anything fun and festive. I don't know, family reunion, going to the carnival, going to the park, having a birthday party. All kinds of things can be fun, right? And then, of course, if you wanted to make a matching page, you could do opposite, you know, do the same thing, but on the opposite, in the opposite direction, and have a 2-page spread. Next, I have a couple gifty type of ideas to share with you, and it's using a few different products. The only thing I'm using from the kit in this one is the sequin, the sequins. So here are the things that you'll need. Now, this is a very simple looking treat container, but it's a little bit challenging to make. You're going to need some packaging tape, some clear packaging tape. Then you're going to need the clear tiny treat boxes, and they come with this this little clear protector on it, so you just want to peel that off. And then the last thing that you'll need is a 2x8 cellophane bag. These are both new in our catalog, so of course I had to buy them right away, right? So let's put the box together. Fold the U-shaped one in first, and then fold the side flaps, and they're going to hook into that U-shaped one, and then this one will slide right into the bottom of that one. And then you've got the top of your box. These are the flaps for the top, and this is the part that closes. So you just want to get those folded in, and you'll close up your whole entire box when decorating it. Next, you're going to take your 2x8 cellophane bag and your sequins, and you're going to force them in here. This might be where your bag comes in handy. Let me go grab that. Of course, when you're on camera, you struggle more than when you are doing it on your own, so I was having a difficult time. I had to start and stop the video a few times. I came up with a different plan. I have a folded piece of computer, printer paper, typing paper, whatever you want to call that. We're going to go ahead and funnel it in that way instead. And that worked. Yay! Okay, we don't want it all towards the bottom, but we want it kind of evenly spread out. And we're going to start with the open end, and then we kind of have to manipulate it. So we're going to grab some tape, some packaging tape, and you don't want your finger marks on it. So we're going to add that to the end here. And I forgot, you need a snips. Now this box and these bags are 2 inches. So let's see here, we want to start it from the back side. We're going to start shifting. This is the hard part. You're going to start shifting some of these sequins so that you have some towards the bottom back of your bag, of your box. And then let's shift them again this way. You kind of want them evenly spread out. So if you find that as you're doing this, you don't have enough in one area, well then just keep on shifting. And then with that excess piece of tape, and by trimming off what you don't need. But now you have a fun decorated box that you can put some fun, I don't know, some kind of fun gift into. So this was one that I did earlier, and this is the one I did just now. This one looks like the sequins are more towards the bottom. Maybe over time these fell towards the bottom. I don't remember. Anyways, that's one fun idea to do with the contents of your kit. And I have another one. I did use quite a few extra supplies for this next project, but it's really cute. I think you're going to enjoy it. I've got the paper trimmer, dimensionals, which you could have in a past kit, paper snips, the 2-inch circle punch with some of the mint cardstock, basic black ink. I'm using a past kit, a past paper pumpkin kit stamp set, and this one's from our Pocket of Cheer from March 2016, so just a couple months ago. Got the basic black twine, the baker's twine, some mints that match the mint cardstock and the mint color from the kit, and then a card base with the Whisper White. So to start, we're going to take and stamp onto our mint cardstock using that wonderful little circular shape in the stamp set of the kit, and then we punch it out with the 2-inch circle punch. Okay, we've done that. Then we're also going to use some scrap white. Sorry, you're going to need some more than just, you know, a folded piece, but you're going to stamp that using the stamp Just For You in your basic black ink onto a piece of white cardstock. Now, I think what I did is I used a scrap from the kit, from the June kit here, because this white matches this white a lot better than that one does. So I think that's what I did. I used that one instead. And I've punched that out. Oops, forgot to mention that punch. That's the 1 1/4 inch circle punch that you'll need for that. And then we're going to take one of our envelopes and we're folding it up and over our mints so that they just peek through a little bit. And so back here and in the front, we're going to add some cardstock base here, and I'm just going to go ahead and trim this right down the middle, right on the score line, and then I'm going to trim it right here. We want to have this piece behind, and then we want to have this piece below. And here's the trick for trimming those. You want to just hold firmly as you bring that across, and then you can slice it. So if you're holding this arm down on your trimmer, you can do it. And that's going to go across this way, like that. We'll center that. There, yep, you can still feel that. And then we're going to add these bags, not quite as low. And let's see here. Let's just use this as a little measuring tool here. If I have my bag go down to the white, I can probably put a glue dot right about there behind it. So we'll lift it up, stick a glue dot back there, and that'll help hold it in place. There we go. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. Let's test it out. Yay. All right. So then we need to trim off the excess. And then this one we'll just put on with a dimensional right in the middle. Now your white cardstock is for making some kind of extra card. You could take the card that's already in the kit and slip one in there. You could totally do that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. You don't really need that. You don't need white cardstock. Okay, then we're going to slip the mints in there just to help us measure for the twine. I did that with the snail adhesive on the first video too. I forgot I needed it on one project, and then I didn't need it on another project where I did share it, you know, just kind of silly things like that. But sometimes I just create as I go in these videos. In fact, half the time I do. I had this only half planned, honestly. We're just kind of winging it. There we go. And let's do a knot first, just because this has to be super tight. There we go. And then we'll tie the bow. There, we have our mints in there, and now we need some little sequins up here. We can do that with our glue dots, because these sequins are big enough to put on with glue dots too. Where's our little grabber? There it is. And here's the finished project. I ended up adding a few more sequins across the top, and I actually stamped a card for the inside off camera. Sorry about that. Just did a little bit of that design here on some scrap of the mint cardstock, stamped happy birthday, taped it across the front, tied on a ribbon, and now I have a happy birthday little baggie, a treat pouch, and a card to give a friend. It's ready to go. I just decided during the recording of this video that I was going to share with you one other version of that same type of gift pocket container thingy. And so anyways, these are the supplies that I think I'm going to be using on it. I'm going to create it off camera and then share it with you afterwards. But let me share with you the supplies. So you need your 2-inch circle punch, and you're going to punch out some mint cardstock. So you'll need the mint cardstock, the mint ribbon, the mint satin ribbon, some glue dots, possibly some snail, some money because it's going to be a graduation gift, your paper snips or scissors, dimensionals, and possibly we may be putting on sequins. So if we do some of that green glue, the multi-liquid, mono-liquid glue, then you'll need to cut out 2 card bases. One of them you're going to trim off the top portion, so you're getting rid of that little section that had the little holes in it. And here's like one portion of it right there. So you want to get rid of that section up there. And then for the other card, you're going to trim off a piece that is 2 1/4 inches wide by 5.5 inches long, and then you're going to fold in the ends so that this section here is 4 3/4 inches. Now when you measure that from the end, it's a little over 1/4 of an inch in on each end. So on that note, you're also going to need your paper trimmer so that you can do the cutting and the scoring. And to be exact, if you want to know what a little over 1/4 of an inch is, it's 3/8 of an inch. And here's what that ended up creating. Got a graduation card with some money in the pocket, a place for the card back here, and of course that one strip that had the scores on the end wrapped around, tucked in on this side. The ribbon came around and tied in the front. Stamp the circle, put a few sequins here and there, put the star sticker in the middle with a star sequin on it. And the card comes from the kit, but it's the reverse. So there you go. There's that piece that I told you to cut down so that you don't have the little holes on the top. So if you're still going to graduation parties, you've got one ready to go now. A little pocket gift container with a card. You can put money in there, you can put chocolate in there, and it's just made from a folded up envelope or folded up bag. And in this case, this is a folded up bag. These are some bags that we had before. This is where I got my chocolates. And this is a little tag that I received as, received this whole thing as a gift from my upline at an event that we went to. So just using that idea and going off of that to create a masculine version using the kit contents for this graduation gift. So there you go. Normally I share a project life layout as well with each kit. I'm going to have to do that at a later date because I didn't have that done in time for recording day. But I hope you got a lot of ideas out of videos 1 and this one here, video 2. If you didn't see video 1 yet, be sure to see that. Thank you for watching. It builds creativity to think outside the box. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can catch more paper pumpkin videos that I've shared using past kits and more that I'll share with future kits. Also, be sure to visit my blog at stampyourartout.com so that you can view close-up photos of these projects and see photos of other paper pumpkin kit ideas. If you're watching my video on YouTube, look for links in my description below. And to see some extra exclusive project ideas, please get your paper pumpkin subscription started with me as your demonstrator. I hope you all enjoyed this video tutorial. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.